And we're live. There we go. Good evening, Vapers. Welcome to Vape Talk UK episode 76. Talking about some stuff with some people and a new host.
Some stuff with some people.
Nice. Who we got this week? We've got Big Tom from the Yorkshire Vapor. Say hello, Tom. We've got Rick, as always.
From the Grumpy Monkey. Come on, where's my fucking big...
From the Grumpy Monkey. Say hello, Riyadh.
Hi, guys.
The Grumpy Vapor, Damon.
Hello, evening.
And the secret unveiled at last, the brand new fourth host, Mr. Mark Dolan from Vape-esque.
Good morning.
There's the roar of applause.
It wasn't really a secret for long, though, was it? Because we only really decided yesterday after kickbacks before Tom. Fuck you, Tom. Let's carry on with the show.
I also love the way there was absolutely no hype surrounding this at all. It was just like the complete opposite to that other show.
Yeah.
Where they were like hyping up. And who is the fourth? Oh, it's Matt Dolan.
Yeah, but the problem is we didn't want to build people up for them to be disappointed like the Ideal Home Show of Rich and Vic. Everybody's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, for fuck's sake.
Right, can we not take the piss out of lovely people and go on to what thou been vaping?
No, carry on taking the piss.
Yeah.
Thomas, why don't you thing with what you're vaping this week, mate?
I'm on the Rogue Clean with the Kennedy 25, the Kennedy Drip Tip, and I'm on some blueberry cheesecake.
Who's that from?
Me.
Oh, I see. Like that, is it? Is that it? Just the one from you this week?
That's me. That's all I'm on. I can't be asked.
Simple man. There we go.
I've just mumbled something there, Tom. Let's just rewind me.
There's something in the pipeline. Let's just say that.
Oh.
I thought there might be. All right, fair enough.
What's this? I completely missed all of this.
Tom,
what?
So Tom's just got this magical blueberry cheesecake out of nowhere by him, apparently.
By Tom? Is it going to be, I don't know, what, a Fat Tom's Kitchen?
It's not going to be called Fat Tom's Kitchen.
A pork pie flavour because he doesn't like those.
I don't like the pot pies.
I don't like bacon.
Nope.
To do with my religion.
I don't dine on swine. Mark, tell us what you're vaping on this week, pal.
This evening, my friend. In my left hand, I have my Kodama.
I don't dine on swine.
And my Sherman. Loving the Sherman. That is stacked up with Echino oil from Thick Oil. And in my right hand, I have my Connoisseur, loaded up with a 25ml Kennedy. Vaping on, I've just been sent these Kicks. Big ass daddy.
Not kickbacks.
Kickbacks.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Vaping on kickbacks.
Almost certainly kickbacks, whereas mine wasn't.
Kickback.
There we go.
Your what was it, Rick?
Well, I'll explain all when it comes down to me.
This show is going to be called Kickback Gate.
Kickback.
Kickback 2016.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll change the title.
Show us what you're working with.
Richard, what are you on work?
Come on.
What are you vaping on?
Focus. It'll be an automatic lock-in.
Yeah, sorry, I'm with you. I'm quick tonight. I've not got much to go through really. Griffin 25 plus.
Focus.
Yeah, sorry, I'm with you. Who's that? I've not got.
Damon.
We've got an echo.
No, wasn't me.
Carry on.
Anyway, all right. Griffin 25 plus.
It was Dolan.
It was the new guy. All right, Griffin 25 plus. I've got some crystal clouds, which are absolutely excellent. These were actually part of the prize that's going ahead tonight for Andy. But they got a lot of damage, label damage and stuff. So they're giving away another one.
Fucking Vape anyway.
Well, very, very lovely Kay and John Liffey very kindly said, yeah, keep holding them vaping. So that's what I'm doing. Crystal clouds. Jade, which is a really good key lime. Shut up, Rick, for fuck's sake. Jade, which is a really, really good key lime cookie kind of donut thing.
Will you start the fans, please?
Amber. Amber, which is a really, it's like a creme caramel almost custard, but it's good.
Right.
Go.
Can we stop all the Richard O'Brien stuff now? Because Mum's
Yeah. I'm running out of crystals.
I'm just in the mood for rage quitting as well tonight.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Ricky, are you all sorted with your admin problems now? Can you tell us what you're vaping, mate?
Yeah, I can tell you exactly what I could have told you anyway.
Oh, well, tell us anyway then.
I got my Hex with the genuine clone 25 Kennedy. Genuine authentic clone.
Job on that.
Yeah, well, I didn't even polish that one.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
That's on the Smek zone. And on that, I am vaping. What's this one? This is Miami Drip Club's Little Hannah.
Little
Havana? Oh, Havana. Yeah, it looks like Hannah.
Little hammer. That'd be a bit weird.
It's a bit
Little,
fucking.
little hammer.
Let's be careful where we take this one.
I was going to say that'd be a bit Jim will fix it, wouldn't it?
Still echoing, guys.
Who's fucking echoing before we go any further?
Hello?
Someone's echoing. Anyway, right. And then I am on my beautiful, which I paid double price for, connoisseur.
Connoisseur, Rick. Connoisseur.
That's it, connoisseur. With a genuine, authentic, fake Kennedy again. To be honest, better than the real thing.
Well,
Why alive for?
It polishes up,
I'm strictly on authentic Kennedys tonight.
Authentic fake ones. And on that, I am on Bruce Pink Soda.
There we go.
And someone in chat said, can anyone recommend a good fruity juices? I'm not sure if they're talking about vaping, but yeah, that's a decent fruit.
Yeah, I heard.
That's also stocked by TYV and soon to be Vape Squee, isn't it?
Vape Squee in the morning, hopefully.
Vape Squee in the morning, and countless other shops. Go on the Proof-Free Liquid website to
I suppose it's down to me then. What am I vaping on?
But not Age of Steam. It's not stocked in Age of Steam yet.
Well, it's going to be stocked in Age of Steam from what I've heard. So
Got me CPD compliant first.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. But you know, who am I? I just help out. I'm being a difficult bastard and having 3 setups again this week, so I'll be as quick as I can. Lost Vape Therian, Kennedy 24, nice custom drip tip. Skinted from the Grumpy Monkey, cola bottles.
Oh, yum, that's my favourite ever fucking juice.
It's some good juice, man. I got a lovely new Wismac Noisy Cricket 225.
Someone called the Bomb Squad?
No, they're regulated now. They're safe as anything. I've got this in 6 volts regulated series mode with the goon on there. Very nice. And I'm vaping Panda from Ephemeral. And then a connoisseur with a genuine Kennedy 25 and a Comp Life drip tip.
Is that a clone Comp Life drip tip, though?
It is a clone Comp Life drip tip. Yeah.
I knew I'd fucking get you with something, you little weasel.
But the Kennedy 25 is genuine, and the connoisseur is obviously genuine. And I've kind of got 2 juices on there because I know this is going to run out in a minute. But I've got Skipper from Rope Cut, which is tobacco and custard. And then that's going to run out in a minute, and I'm going to go to Santo Domingo from Rope Cut, which is cinnamon, coconut, and tobacco.
Ooh,
sexy.
That sounds good, actually. Yeah, cinnamon coconut tobacco.
Yeah, cinnamon coconut tobacco is really, really nice.
I don't like my tobaccos, but I actually tried some of your Rope Cut at Expo, and it was pretty decent.
Yeah, not bad.
Is it overly coconutty?
No, it's not. It's sort of background coconut. It's tobacco, and then the rest of it.
Actually, to be honest, when you vaped on it, Stuart, all I heard was find the coconut thing. I could do that all day. Anyway, Damon with the fucking massive head.
Hello.
Just a little song. I thought I'd do.
That's nice. It's perfect segue. You singing Damon in because Damon's going to be talking for a bit now. He's got a little bit about a Rafale to.
Okay. So thank you. Go on. What?
Go on. Tell us all about
doing that.
All about it.
All right. Andy Cross Good friend, family of Vape Talk UK, Vape Collective, loads of other places because he's an awesome bloke. Is not very well and a couple of weeks ago collapsed. For those who don't know, was taken straight into ICU in a life-threatening condition. And they did some scans and what have you, and immediately took him in for an operation, which was not a very nice operation. And he had a large portion of his bowel removed, and he's was then put back in ICU. And the sad part about all this is that he also has a son called Jason, who suffers from a rare form of epilepsy. And Andy won't be able to care for Jason because he's his primary carer for as well as his dad for quite a long time to come, because he's really not in a very good way. He is actually back on a normal ward now, and may be being released. I spoke to him today. He may be being released next Thursday. So that is really, really good news. He was sounding a lot brighter today, a lot more positive. But he's Andy and Jason obviously won't be able to get together for some time yet. And they really need each other, and this is a particularly shit time for both of them, I'm sure we'll all agree. So we're going to give them a G-Up tonight and open a new charity raffle for them. And that's on Just Giving. Shall we put that link in the?
Yeah, have the admins got it? Did you pass it to the admins?
Yeah, they've got it. Yeah, so if you guys could put that in chat, that'd be brilliant.
They're going to be slightly behind, but the link will show. Oh, there you go. It's done. Jesus Christ, that was quick.
Callum.
And there we go. So hopefully we can update this in real time tonight and let you all know how it's going along. But I would say that, you know, we've been given a huge amount of prizes. Colin Underwood, who won the Vape Collective raffle, gave all his prizes back from Vape Collective, and the prize list is massive. Unfortunately, I haven't got enough room on the Just Giving page to update that prize list or even get the prize list up there. But should I read that out?
Yes. We want to know what prizes you can win.
Okay, so I'm also going to give thanks to all the vendors that have given something here as well. So let's start. This is in no particular order.
Sorry, Damon.
Go on.
Just to put it forward, if it's not too late to donate something as well. If you're a vendor and you want to donate something, it's not too late.
Yeah, this raffle is running until November the 8th. So this is the vendors list as is so far. But if there are any vendors that want to give more to this, then ping me a PM on Facebook and we'll get this added and updated, and we'll get it updated in all the relevant groups too. All right, so at the top, cut size with one Halcyon Haze presentation box, which contains 70 ml of e-liquid. Vapor Z, 2 30 ml of Bomb-Bombs, 4 30 ml of Oricon Vapor e-liquid, and a 30 ml of Zephyr. Cloud Chasing Club, Zephos 24 mm along with 7 competition caps. That's in a range of different colours. El Diablo 30 ml, full set of e-liquids plus 100 ml of the winner's choice, plus a t-shirt and hoodie. They've added to their price haul. General's Juice is 14 times 30 ml and 1 times 10 ml. That's a load of e-liquid in it right there. Wild Juice Chase, full line of their juices in 30 ml bottles. That's 6. Crystal Clouds that I was talking about earlier, and it's Top Juice too. 30 ml each of their range of 6 juices. Tit Sauce, a pack of every flavour in 10 ml, 37 bottles that is. Green Hornet, 3 times 30 ml of Green Hornet e-liquid. Vape GB, 4 times 100 ml of 7 Deadly Sins. Bullets Juice, full range in 30 ml. Jesus, I need a break. Moonshine, 3 times 50 ml. Yorkshire Vapor, 3 times 100 ml of e-liquid. 4 times 30 ml. 1 copper roundhouse neck and a copper 24 ml Kennedy RDA. They had some e-liquid spilt on them. They've never been used, but they have had some e-liquid spilt on them. They are brand new. I just need to clean them up. Big's Tips, Twisted Message Square with 3 custom tips. Anon, 4 times 30 ml and 7 times 15 ml. Hell's Kitchen, 8 times 80 ml of e-liquid. Bloody hell, Nova Vapes, 9 times 100 mil, their entire line. Fog & Co, the full line, 5 times 30 mil in any strength. Shady Vaping, a copper endless mech set. Vape and Chill, 4 times 30 mil. Epic Juice, 4 times 15 mil. Rapture Juice, 3 times 70 mil. The Grumpy Monkey, thanks Rick, 3 times 30 mil Proofy liquid and 4 times 120 mil of Skinted. Hodges Homebrew, 800 mil of Hodges, winner's choice. Smog Juice, full line of 530 mils in all 6 milligram. Mark from Vape on his first night very kindly gave away a League of Scoundrels Black Conservoir Scoundrel.
I give in.
And
the marketing should have said get away conservoir.
Wrong, they said. It'll grab people's notice, they said.
It's a connoisseur of 6 times 30 mil of thick oil and a 60 mil bottle of Blue Raz. Spectrum Vaping, 4 times e-liquid bundles with 4 mugs, 720 mil of juice in total. Zap Juice, 4 times 20 mil Zap Juice, including Golden Pomelo, that's their new flavour. Age of Steam, a Black Tesla Stealth, 100 watt. Thank you, Stuart. And James, who's this bloke? James EDV Seaward, who's this guy?
I've never heard of that guy before.
Some fella.
He's gloopy. It says #gloopy somewhere. Anyway, he's very kindly giving away one Smoant Battlestar 200 watt. And that is the list so far. And it's
We've also just had one come in, a full line of PJ Bros from Chris Barker, I believe.
Oh, Chris J. Bullshit.
Chris JB, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll add that on, Mark. But yeah, we're splitting all those prices down into vendor order, aren't we?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, each vendor that I mentioned is its own prize, if you know what I mean. So we split down all the prizes into how they've been given, so there's more of a chance.
Yes, it's not going to be one big prize. It's going to be split into multiple prizes. Every single prize is worth way more than a fiver. And I don't know why I'm doing the old...
Your little teapot.
You're doing a little teapot. Teapot.
But yeah, so and it's only £5 a ticket as well.
Damon, how do people enter?
Buy as many as you want.
How do people enter, Damon?
How can people enter? We have just put up the Just Giving link. You will need to buy quantities of 5, obviously, or donate whatever you wish. We will also need your name in order to be entered. So if you've got an anonymous account, then put your name in the notes, please. Put your name in the notes, or else you won't win.
Also worth putting your email address. Does that automatically come up?
I'm not quite sure how Just Giving does this thing. We need a donation. And then I can tell you.
Just put your email address in as well in the notes as well. Oh no, not in the notes. Definitely not in the notes.
We have our first donator.
Sorry,
we have our first donator.
Oh, have we already? I haven't even clicked the frigging link.
I just clicked refresh. Oh, 75 quid.
There we go.
Blimey.
Bloody
From
hell.
Badger.
Thank you.
From Badger, congratulations. Well, I don't know what I'm congratulating you for.
Badger, always a fucking diamond of a guy.
Badger is an absolute fucking legend. Best admin in the world. That Callum twat. Not so good. Not so good. No.
Practically, Callum was quick to put the link in the chat tonight.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, he was pretty quick. Bloody hell, 75 quid. Okay, put your name, but make sure it's the same name as it is on Facebook as well, so we can track you.
If possible, but yeah. Right, what I don't get when a donation is given is the email address. So, yeah, you don't really need an email address, but...
No.
Just make your names in there.
Facebook account. You can get that afterwards, can't you?
Yeah.
So Badger's donated 75 quid. That is £5 a ticket. That is quite a few tickets.
9 tickets?
9 tickets, yeah. 9.
It's not 9.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It fucking is, because 6 is 6.
Yeah.
What are you fucking what?
Any of us lot have been at school, isn't it?
It's not. It's really not 9. It's like 15.
Yeah.
You absolute fuckwit.
Oh, yeah, I like must be quiet in the corner. Can't even work it
I
out.
didn't want to make myself look like.
Oh, behind you, Rick. Behind you. Hello.
She wants a blue tack. Sorry, I apologise. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. Her first birthday.
Well,
Wow.
blue tack's what
Yeah.
she's-
To stick Molly to the floor or something. I don't know. Put up some posters or something. That was fucking freaky when I saw it on the screen. I was like, what the fuck? Never mind. Could be
Anything else
worse.
to add about that then, Damon, or do we want to just keep checking in as the night goes on?
Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, basically, these guys have had a really, really shit hand, and you know they need our help. If
Like
only
Jeremy Beadle.
maybe at some point provide some decent private respiratory care, so maybe Andy can get away at some point in the future. Or just buy him a few pints or whatever. Yeah, so if you can give us as much as you can, guys, and you know if there are any vendors out there that want to increase this prize haul, then drop us a line.
I must confess as well that £75 at the moment the badge just donated isn't real. It's actually £575 because as soon as Dave gets back from Lonjas Vaping Warehouse, then they will be donating £500.
I remember from last week's show. Thank you, Lonjas.
How many tickets is that? If he's,
I don't think they want it for the tickets; they just want it as a generous donation.
I believe
checking
they've
your
got
maths.
tickets.
I would probably say 100.
It would be 100 tickets, wouldn't it?
I think
Would be 100 tickets.
are you sure?
That's
No.
an easy.
No, it's actually 5,000 tickets they get. Yeah,
how many tickets is it, mate?
I don't know. It's like 250.
I was asking Tom.
Right.
I'm not getting involved in your shite. I'm just listening to you lot making dicks of yourself.
It's not 250. It's 25.
Go on, stop having him on. It's 10.
It's not. Tom, how many is it?
I'm not getting involved.
It's 100. You bell end. 100 times
I'm not
5 is
getting
500.
involved. You lot fucking make yourself sound like dicks. You fucking said 9 tickets 10 minutes ago.
Different question, Tom. Keep up, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of tickets anyway, isn't it? It's a,
Have you noticed Tom was the first to actually abuse us when we got it wrong? Yeah, he doesn't know himself, but he's like,
I didn't say
I'll
a
just make
fucking
out I know.
word.
Yeah.
There's no
I went
point
to
me saying
school.
a word.
The strong silent type.
Yeah, I wish he was sometimes.
So, next thing that we wanted to talk about then, who was taking the lead on this one? It's we wanted to talk a bit about 1 billion lives and all of that.
Well, not so much 1 billion lives. There was an article floating about saying that Brits were tight and didn't get the whole thing behind the 1 billion lives thing.
have you got a source, Rick?
No, I couldn't find one. I was looking today and I couldn't find it. It seemed to have disappeared off the face of this planet.
If anyone can find this article, that'd be amazing because we're just about to talk about it.
Can someone find the article for us and just link it? Because it was actually, it was. I don't think they get like 1 billion lives is potentially directed at people that haven't started vaping yet, but yet they're promoting it to vapors, and apparently we're tight because we won't pay to go see something that we already know about.
Yeah,
it's being marketed towards non-vapers, not people who are just about to start vaping. It's the only way that this documentary will be in any way effectual is if it's non-vapers and serious decision makers who get to see it, right?
the issue there being that all of the promotions for it are being done through vape social media. So the only people that actually know it exists are vapors.
I mean, to be completely honest, I would probably like to see it, but at the same time,
I'd like to see it.
is it?
As a matter of curiosity.
I don't think it's the box
I'd
office.
really like to see it, but I wouldn't travel 100 miles to see it.
No, I mean,
I think that's one issue with a lot of people. That I don't think that many people, if they're on the periphery of these towns or cities, will travel that far. I think that's one reason.
What's the annoying part for me is why does it need to be released in cinemas when you can do something like Vimeo where you can charge people to actually watch it on Vimeo?
Yeah.
So you can charge them, so for instance, a £5 for the ticket, and they can then pay for that and then watch it at the pleasure of their own home, rather than going out to a cinema to actually see it. Why are they not doing it like that instead?
Well, the reason why they're not doing it like that instead is because it's a profit-making venture. This isn't a freebie, unfortunately, and they have to at least break even or make some money.
That's what I mean. I'm saying if they can put it on Vimeo, they can charge people access to it for like a £5 or a £10, and I'm sure people would rather pay that and watch it in the comfort of their own home,
Make it
traveling 100 miles to fucking watch it in a cinema.
absolutely make it pay-per-view. Either put it on Netflix or Amazon Prime or somewhere where they can still collect revenue.
YouTube does video rentals. They could put it through YouTube, and you're marketing it out to one of the biggest audiences in the world. Then
Exactly. So it doesn't need to be in a cinema. You don't have to buy the back into a cinema.
From what I understand, though, the revenues that you get back from streaming platforms like Netflix or Vimeo or even YouTube rental are a very, very low percentage. And I think they'd be lucky to make any money off it. Unfortunately, they've targeted this to the kind of the market that they want, which is non-vapers, to be able to pass this information on. And it's not working out because they haven't got that information out there prior, like 6 months ago, to key influential people in vaping to be able to start the word of mouth.
Mark Bryant's just made a really interesting comment in chat saying, why didn't they make it free to public but have adverts and sponsors for revenue? And that's kind of a point that a few people have touched on, is that if it was made free to public, suddenly marketing that movie to the mainstream public and getting it out there into non-vape specific circles becomes a lot easier, because it's a free film and people will just take a punt on it. People will just, you market it as the revolution that could save 1 billion lives, and people will just go to the cinema like, oh, fuck it, it's a free movie, let's go and see what it's like.
Wait, I don't want anybody to think that we're against vaping here. We're not. We're really not.
No, we quite like.
No.
We're all in the industry in some way or another, apart from David. No, he does Vape Collective now. Yeah, he's all right. Richard, sorry.
Who are you?
I know, but the problem with adverts and sponsors is TBD thing.
Yeah, but they're not. They wouldn't be sponsoring a tobacco product, sponsoring a film.
Yeah, the video is a documentary as well. It's not a promotion. That's the.
Yeah, I mean, they're equating this thing to big documentaries that have come out in the last few years, like Super Size Me. But the thing is, with Super Size Me, people wanted to go and see it because the population was on the verge of like a McDonald's revolution anyway. And I think that their angle in has just been wrong. If they'd sent screeners out to critics in the UK, that might have generated some word of mouth early. They were also given the opportunity to show the film at Vape Collective to get it out there and start word of mouth, but they turned that down.
That wouldn't have got out.
Rick, to be fair, like they also, they also, I think they turned down Vape Fest as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with Vape Collective and Vape Fest, if they would have done like a free screening, then you would have had countless amount of people just saying, "Oh, this film's brilliant. It's good. Yeah, you should go see it." Blah 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 blah. But as far as I know, no one in the UK's actually seen it yet.
And I mean,
but it would at least start some word of mouth. Yeah. Is really.
The thing is, though, a lot of the problem with that catalyst effect is it's too slow. Like when the movie is eventually seen by vapers and they say post it on their Facebook wall, and if they post it on their Facebook wall, all their non-vaping friends will see about it as well. And maybe 2 or 3 of them might show an interest, and those 2 or 3 people might go, "Oh, well, we might go and see this film." But that takes a span of time to happen. And to generate enough interest for enough people to want to go and see it that aren't vapers, it'll just disappear and it'll be ancient history before anything's happened.
Well, to me, honest opinion, I think already ancient history's been too fucking long that this film's been circling. It's been circling now for a fucking nearly coming up to a year and a half, and I think it's just been too much.
Steve Pinder's made a good point on the comments. When I was a smoker, I wouldn't have paid money to watch something I might think was criticising smokers. My doctor would do that for now.
That is a good point, but then you go back to the whole the foodie one. What was that? Super Size Me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fat. I like my McDonald's, so I still watched it because I thought it was fucking fascinating. I loved watching him sort of decay himself down to a big gibbering fucking blob. But it just goes to show, doesn't it? I mean,
again,
I think another thing is that, like, Vapors in Power have had their members hopping around groups, behaving in a very militant fashion. From my point of view, anyway, you know, someone like Brian Coe jumping into the UK earlier this week and like basically accusing everyone of being tightwads.
Badger found it.
Yeah, it's not the way that you want to portray A Billion Lives, and I'm sure A Billion Lives wouldn't want that either. No.
There you go. Right. Headline: Stingy vapors won't pay to see film, and doctors make false disease claims. I don't know why they've done it in this. It makes it hard to read. Despite the UK's reputation as one of the most pro-vaping countries in the world, ticket sales for a documentary A Billion Lives has been poor, with some vapors even complaining that they're not being given the film for nothing. Meanwhile, a medical journal has been forced to withdraw a claim of popcorn lung caused by an e-cigarette. Right, okay, that's good though, isn't it? To withdraw a claim of popcorn lung. 5 English vape shops were raided by council officers recently and irresponsibly packaged liquids were seized. Oh yeah, we saw all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's the fact that they're saying we're cheap and stingy. We're not. We're just sort of got our heads a bit screwed on, I think.
Yeah, what it comes down to is that a lot of people in vape groups know enough about vaping to know that they already agree with A Billion Lives. They could watch a highlights reel and decide that they agree with what the movie's saying. You know, there's nothing in there for a committed vapor that's quit smoking and has stayed off cigarettes for X length of time.
I mean, did you see that Panorama? Was it a Panorama one or something when they done that on Horizon? On vaping, how many millions of people in the UK saw that because it was free? It was a documentary and it was free. And all right, we didn't agree with some of the stuff that went on, but how many millions of people actually saw that and took notice of that?
I think it's a real shame. I think with the benefit of hindsight, we can look back on A Billion Lives now and say they've got the business model wrong. They've aimed it to the wrong market. Well, they've aimed it to the right market, which is non-vapors, and that's the folk who need to be educated. But actually positioning that film in front of those non-vapors is almost nigh on impossible.
Yeah, it's a classic case of excellent idea, terrible execution, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Well, having not seen the documentary myself, I don't know about the terrible execution part. But I think that they've pushed it to the wrong market. They've pushed it to the right market. It's just the way that they've pushed it has been ineffectual, sadly.
Yeah, can't disagree. It's a real shame. It could have been a very big deal for vaping advocacy, and instead it's ended up being something that probably won't even.
I mean, you know, even Louis Theroux's new documentary on Scientology, for fuck's sake, that's only had a limited release. And A Billion Lives have been pushing for big glitzy premieres, sponsors, sponsorships, and big money in order to make a business work. But the subject matter of the documentary doesn't lend itself to that kind of business method.
I mean, Graham Clarkson's put in the chat, but why would you not support a global film? It's 1.5 hours sat in your ass eating popcorn. That's not the issue. The issue is it's going to be a room full of vapors that already know vaping saves lives. They already know. They already have the information. It needs to be targeted to the people that don't have the information or necessarily won't have the means to have the information.
And that kind of conveniently brings me on to something that me and Mark have been discussing over the last couple of days. And that is this whole thing of how to target non-vapors whilst still engaging vapors. Because at the end of the day, vapors are your soldiers. If your advocacy word isn't going to be spread by vapors, it's not going to be spread by anyone. But how do you get that advocacy message over to the general public in such a way as your vapors actually want to deliver it and deliver it effectively? And one of the things we've been talking about is Instagram, for example, is like heaven for vapors. You know, every major reviewer is active on Instagram. Every major coil builder is active on Instagram. Every major juice company is active on Instagram. It's a massive deal. And with correct targeting, advocacy campaigns done that way can easily get across to the general public. There's actually a bit of a plan.
Not necessarily, because it's people
Really?
searching vaping. If you
Exactly,
don't search it,
exactly. And that's why you
you're
have
not
to be
gonna come
clever
up.
about it.
No, the only way through to the mass market is through mass media. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Not through social media, not through vapors.
But social media has overtaken mass media. Social media means more to people now than the newspapers and televisions ever have.
Yeah, but if you're still positioning vaping in front of non-vapers, the only way to get them into a mindset is through mass media, not through social media. I know that might be a slightly dilapidated mindset, and that's fair enough. But
Yeah,
I think mass media has got a much bigger part to play.
Respectfully, I have to disagree. I think social media is the future of how we'll keep this industry going. I
think what Stuart's trying to say, it's a cost-effective way of reaching the masses. You know, if we could go out and spend £1 million on advertising in Corrie and Emmerdale, then yeah, we would. But unfortunately, advocacy is done through the goodness of our hearts, not necessarily to profit from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what Stuart is trying to say, you know, if we use and abuse social media to get that news out there, to get that story out there, to share good practice, you know, it can only be a positive thing.
Yeah,
I was more thinking from the direction of 1 billion lives, though. You know, I mean, you know, I'm talking about mass media as in film critics. If Mark Commode had received a screener copy of that and done a review on it, it would have reached far many more people than us vapors could ever hope.
Oh, we had moved on from 1 billion lives.
But I was just referencing back to that.
You know, a movie doesn't necessarily work perfectly with social media, because for a movie to be promoted effectively, you want clips and you want reactions and you want that whole kind of screen reel thing. And, you know, putting that in a 5-minute segment on the news would be much more effective. Of course, it would be much more effective. But if the news companies don't come and look at it, there's nothing you can do. I'm sort of talking more about a bigger picture view of advocacy here. You know, a lot of what we do at the moment, advocacy-wise, is just sharing posts around other Facebook groups and stuff like that, and it's not using social media for the power that it's got. One of the reason I'm talking about Instagram is because I've actually got a project coming up, and it's something that me and Mark are working on together. One of the really powerful things about Instagram is that it uses hashtags, and that's how it prioritizes what it displays and who it shows it to. And everyone that posts advocacy on Instagram uses vaping related hashtags. You know, hashtag vape, hashtag UK vapors, hashtag guys who vape. These are all like common hashtags that are really popular in industry related posts. What about doing advocacy posts and searching Instagram for the most popular mainstream hashtags, for the hashtags that people that want to see Kim Kardashian's latest runway look are using on their posts? You know what I mean? What about hashtags that are nothing to do with vaping that everybody 9 to 5 in the public is going to be looking at? Using those.
I agree. I do like that a lot. For me personally, with advocacy, is the end goal of it for a lot of people is you're doing it for free. We don't work a 9 to 5 for free. People ain't going to want to do it for the rest of their lives doing advocacy for free.
No, of course not.
That's my main thing. Is you've got big advocates out there like Dimmy, you've got Dave Dawn, you've got Grumpy. You know, people like that. They don't get a wage from doing this.
That's where things like
you're gonna get you know, for me, if I was to do that all the time, every day, I get so disheartened because people don't want to hear it.
But you do it every day, Tom.
I know I do it every day, and I do that as a love, but I also do it as a job, and I get paid to sit around and go, I believe vaping's that. But if I was to do it for 365 for £0 and not be able to put food on the table, people don't want to do it.
Personally, I do it, and at the risk of sounding selfish, personally, I do it because I don't want this to be taken away from me. This means everything to me. I was literally dying before I got on this. You know, I was wheezing myself to sleep at night at 27 years of age. I was waking up coughing and spluttering and not able to breathe properly. I was literally killing myself before I was even 30 years old. If this gets taken off me, I've got to deal with that addiction again and staying off of it and not going back to that lifestyle.
I also think, sadly, that there's a fair amount of vapors advocacy fatigue that's crept in over through getting through TPD and how that's impacted on businesses and the community, and in lots of other ways as well. You know what's going on in the States, and I think that contributed to a fair amount of vapors, advocacy fatigue. And I think that's another reason, and again going back to A Billion Lives, I think that's another reason that the trend kind of slowed down on that one.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's been some real advocacy horror stories recently, and people are getting disheartened, and that's a worrying thing. I mean, like Coils for Advocacy getting shut down, for example, because they were a non-profit organisation. All profits went back into advocacy, and other than covering costs for the people that were building coils and the materials that were being used to make those coils, everything that was being made was going back into advocacy. However, they were charging members of the public for coils, and in America now, a coil is a tobacco product. So they were all private, unlicensed tobacco sellers all of a sudden, which meant that Coils for Advocacy, as a complete model, had to be shut down. Now,
that's why they're bringing bloody volunteers into shops in the States, isn't it?
Exactly.
Crazy.
And that's the point, is that this industry is very much, at the moment, still led by the US. That will change with time. The UK, Europe, and Asia are all becoming much bigger players in this industry, but it's still led by the US.
I don't think we're in any worries for the next good few years that TPD is going to get more harsh or stringent or anything like that, though.
But I think the point is that if all these horror stories are coming out of the US and they're the ones that have been encouraging and advocating, and they're now losing steam, that's when other people have got to step up and say, look, the fight isn't over. The rest of the world is still trying to hold on to this. Australia, you think America are getting it bad, Australia are completely fucked. They're getting it awful.
But that's the point. What are you actually spreading a word for? You can't spread the word for fucking TPD. TPD is already in. The only people that have to worry about TPD is the manufacturers.
But that's the point. No true advocates want a complete lack of legislation. Advocates want to be, they want to be monitored. They want the industry to have to conform to a standard. They just want that standard to be reasonable and to allow the industry to continue to grow. That's all advocates are.
I think that's another reason why Vapers in Power have kind of lost the way recently as well, and that's why they're jumping so militantly onto A Billion Lives and aggressively. Is that, what, like Tom said, what are we advocating for now in the UK? TPD's here. It's here to stay. The only advocacy that we can do for the moment is by introducing cigarette smokers into vaping. From my point of view, I can't think of much more to advocate, and I'm all down with the whole backing the globe thing. But there's only so much time in the day, unfortunately, for some people.
Let's be realistic. How many people have been out there advocating for the last 3 years, even longer, to stop the TPD coming in? And people like Dave Don going out to Brussels and stuff like that and fighting for it. He's done all that fighting and it didn't do anything. Okay, it may have slowed it down a little bit, and also Totally Wicked slowed it down, but it still fucking happened.
Yeah,
so
you have to still bear in mind. You have to still bear in mind how much of a small percentage of smokers we represent.
I also keep seeing these comments from. There's a comment in the chat. If I read that backwards, it says "crowy thin." Not a problem with TPD. It won't affect us when we leave the EU. Yes, it will.
Not true. Complete misinformation. And there's a
yes,
lot
it will.
About, and that's half the trouble. Is that even the people that are involved in the community don't understand fully.
Hang on, we don't know Brexit terms yet. Never mind how Brexit will.
Brexit's not even going to fucking happen.
We don't know. We can't comment whether Brexit will have any impact on TPD whatsoever.
I can have an opinion though.
The next TPD review isn't until 2020.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. So that law has been instated now. That directive is part of EU law and therefore is part of our law, because when that law went in, we were in. If that law doesn't get reviewed again until 2020, we're not going to just decide to review it early. We're not going to spend the extra money. we'll let the EU do the research for us, and we'll review it under their guidelines when they bring it up for review. We're stuck with the TPD until 2020 at least.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's a
so what is there to advocate in the UK right now? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done my fair share of advocacy in the past, all on the run up to the TPD, and we campaigned hard, but I kind of wonder where parties like Vapers in Power are now, because what is there left to do?
I've got to be honest. I think the only battle worth fighting in this country, and to be honest, in most of the world, is the benefits over smoking. That's the battle that you've got to win, because if you win that battle, the rest of it just starts to make sense. Once the world agrees that that is fact, and everyone's on the same side, the rest of it just starts to make sense, and you've got fewer and fewer reasonable arguments against anything else then. That's the battle that has to be won.
I agree with that, but then I will use the very famous quote of, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make the motherfucker drink it.
Well, I'm not sure the motherfucker bit was ever in that quote. But...
when Samuel L. Jackson recited.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's version.
Motherfuckers! Do you understand what I mean, though? We can all stand on the street corner. We can all stand on our soapboxes.
You might do.
Stop smoking.
Using your analogy, Tom. Using your analogy, the point of advocacy is to make people thirsty. That's exactly the point of advocacy. That's what it's supposed to do.
And now we come full circle, right? Full circle. All the way back.
It's about leading people to water. People should be led to water by common sense. People need to fucking drink.
But then we come full circle by how do we expose that amount of information to as many people as possible, and that isn't by social media. I don't think anyway.
I think it exactly is. I think social media is the secret to that.
Using that analogy about making people thirsty. Let's just have a little 2-minute break from this and explain what we're all drinking. I'm drinking squash.
I'm also drinking apple flavored squash.
I'm not. I've got an empty glass.
Empty vodka glass.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, product placement there.
Cider tonight. Cider at Vape.UK night.
Think of them royalties, Rick.
What? Yeah, exactly. Think of them royalties. What? The connoisseur.
Royalties. Benny, I hope you're watching.
Look, mine's already bloody sort of dulling up again now. I need to polish it again.
Polish mine for the show.
Fucking polish. So did I.
Great conversation turned into what we're drinking.
I got greasy hand. What are you drinking, Tom?
Squash.
Squash. Okay, right. Now back on. Go.
Yeah. But that being exactly the point is that...
Sure, we've got 75 quid in the coffers.
Huh?
We've only got 75 quid in the coffers. Come on, guys.
Well, you haven't posted a link in Vape Talk yet? Or in the actual thing with the price list?
Well, it kind of is, but yeah, all right, in a bit.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah, you need to put it in. Fuck's sake. Slacking, Damon.
But, we should wrap this up fairly soon anyway, because it is something that you can talk about for fucking hours. But the point is, people will always disagree on the power of social media. And any figures that you can use to prove it, they don't include everyone. They don't include all groups. Not everybody is all over social media all the time. And there's a lot of people like Damon that doubt the power of it, but it does work. You can see it work.
No, just rewind there a bit. Let me be upfront and honest about this. I don't doubt the power of social media whatsoever. Not one bit, Stu. Don't misquote me.
All right.
Okay? Don't misquote me.
Go on.
I don't doubt the power of social media, not one jot. What I do doubt is that social media has the power to get out to the majority of non-vapers. And I don't think that putting hashtag Kim Kardashian in a tweet will help that. I think we still need the mass media to get out to the majority of people. And a case in point here is the 95% report that mass media did adopt, and the Horizon program that went out to millions, hundreds of thousands of non-vapers, and was a lot more effective than any social media campaign on vaping I have ever seen. That is the truth right there.
But that's exactly the point, Damon, is that social media is what leads mainstream media these days.
No, I understand that. I understand that.
We need to report on what the people want to hear, and
But we're not
what the people want to hear.
But we're not talking about Trump versus Clinton here. We're talking about vaping, which is still a mass minority of people.
Tiny fish in a big sea, yeah.
To be fair though, smoking probably damages just as many lives as fucking Trump will.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think there's more than a few comparisons to be made between Trump and cancer, but
okay, well, let's agree to disagree to some respect, but I think the two need to mutually go together hand in hand to reach.
I can completely agree with you on that. Completely 100% agree with you on that. That, you know, any social media project will eventually need the backing of mainstream media just to get it to that next level. I completely agree, because there are still plenty of people in the world that only listen to their tellies, you know, and
yeah, unfortunately,
people won't be reached by Twitter or Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
And
it's just those people of the silent lot is who we need to reach, and you know, it's a shame, but that's how we'll get them.
Yeah, for sure. But ultimately, no harm in fucking trying, right?
There is no harm in trying. I completely get Damon's side of things. I mean, Damon's been advocating for 3 years. You know, eventually you've got to give up.
Yeah, it's tiring. It's fucking tiring. People
it is.
fed up. We're not getting anywhere.
Honestly, Rick, it's not that I've given up advocacy. You know, I'm still advocacy strong, but I just wonder in the UK right now, it needs to be repositioned, and we need to, you know, we need to reach the majority, not through social media, but through mass media. 1 billion lives could have had it, but they fucked it. In my opinion, they've.
But I was even, because Stuart was sort of explaining slightly this Instagram thing that him and Mark are going to be setting up and doing, and I was like, give it a year, you'll have enough of it. It'll be like, I am at that point where, like, you know, we used to advocate quite a bit on this show, and just sort of obviously when you come on as well, but quite honestly, I think I've been defeated.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
In now, there's nothing we can do.
I don't want to overplug a project that's, you know, just getting off the ground, because I don't want to start trying to give out information that isn't in stone yet. But essentially, the idea for what we want to do isn't going to be asking people to do anything other than what they're already doing. It's just going to be asking them to do it in a slightly different way. And I think taking that approach to a project gives it a good chance for success, because all you're asking is alter how you do it, but continue to do exactly what you do every day anyway. If you're active on Instagram,
yeah, I think we need something different. I agree with you there, Stu. I think we really do need something different.
If you're active on Instagram, this project is for you. If you're not involved in Instagram and you don't already post vape pictures on Instagram, this project isn't gonna be interesting to you. So, you know, we're appealing to people that can be as lazy as they want, because they're already doing the job. We just want them to do it for us instead of for themselves.
Mark just put in chat, the government need to advocate.
They I mean, they have started to. It's a very good point, but they have started to. You know, doctors are now telling people, get off the fags and get an e-cig.
That House is the Lord's debate, though, was pointless. What vaping really needs to get into is the House of Commons, you know, and really hit something big with that.
Yeah. Should we move on? Should we calm down and move on?
Yeah.
That was a good debate. I can't lie, that was a good debate.
I'm calm.
It was. I particularly enjoyed the break in the middle.
Yeah. Lovely apple flavoured squash, very nice.
Apple? Is that cider?
This is from Morrison's, and it's 97 pence, double concentrated.
Is that cider?
No, it's genuinely apple flavoured squash. It's also really strong.
Mark in the chat, the biggest troll yet. At the end of the day, you guys are nothing more than vape weirdos in your room. Most people would just ignore what you have to say. If the government did it, people would pay attention. I know what he's trying to say.
Yeah. And he's quite right.
We are essentially 5 guys sat in our rooms just talking. We are. There's no question about it. But at least we're fucking trying to do so. Kind of like, yeah, you rogue hunting bastard.
Is that your boss?
No. Well, he's the shop manager.
Oh, okay. Step sideways. So
yeah, technically he is.
we want to hear a little bit from Mr. Dolan now. I mean, I think me and Rick will probably have a few bits to say, but we've got this week's wireless wankers lined up now, and we want to talk about these. We want to talk about the kickback connoisseurs.
Connoisseurs.
The Connor kickbacks. Yeah. So, Mark, do you want to take a bit of the lead on wireless wankers and tell us a bit about the connoisseur?
Sure, let's do it. Connoisseur then comes from Benny and the League of Scoundrels. Now, the League of Scoundrels, initially when it was set up to be... There were small amounts made. They were only given to certain retailers around the world, and they were made to be limited. The brand did really well worldwide, and they decided to go ahead and manufacture a mass-produced mechanical mod. One that was safe, 2 that was affordable, and 3 still look damn fine. Now, beauty of the connoisseur is 510, and I know there's a handful of American retailers, manufacturers at the moment that have gone towards the 510, obviously to get things through FDA. Not going back to advocacy again, but making safer equipment. So the connoisseur is designed. You can put a tank on the top, and you can vape safely with a tank on the connoisseur.
Should we just prove it?
Go for it.
Got a tank here. Shall I use the Nautilus?
Use your Nautilus, Vic, yeah.
Yeah, please use the
right.
K3.
Look at that, right? Look how flush that pin is against the actual threading. Couldn't be any more flush, really, to be fair. Right. If I blow my face off, I'm suing.
It's touching a 510.
I know, I'm joking. Jesus Christ. Right, here we go. Right, I'm not going to adjust the bloody adjusters and whatnot, but no, it didn't work. I need to adjust the Darren.
Yeah, just adjust the adjusters. Yeah.
Need to adjust the adjusters. Hang on.
Rick, have you ever used a mech before?
There you go.
That is
there you go.
With a tank on it. Is your hand getting hot?
Yeah. No, it's not. There you go. So you can safely vape a flush fucking pin on a tank. There you go. See? Demo. I was the only one willing to do that, by the way.
Yes, these have been made available to any retail shop that wants them in the UK. We released them at Expo a couple of weeks ago. Very, very well received. Yeah, I use nothing but now, day to day. What are your thoughts, Stuart? You've been using yours?
Yeah, I've been using mine since Expo. It's not quite a day to day because I still chef a few days a week, and I just don't want to put it anywhere near a kitchen where it's going to get battered about. But it's every evening. I've probably been using it for 2 weeks now. I had a couple of little hiccups with it, which the aftercare was there straight away, and it was an easy fix. It was just to do with a bit of Delrin in Twitch that needed a look at. And other than that slight little problem, it's been flawless for me. It vapes absolutely great. I build a tiny bit lower on it, ever so slightly lower. I normally build to sort of 0.12, and I tend to build to 0.1 on it. But the performance I get off it is good. It's a nice vape. It looks the tits. Everyone that sees it asks where I got it, how much they are, wants to know the story about it. And it's got one of the nicest switches I've ever used. I absolutely adore the switch.
The button is beautiful. The whole League of Scoundrels button, every button they've ever used, ever manufactured, has always been a nice. Tom, you really like the button on the Union Scoundrel, didn't you?
Yeah, I do like the button on them. I think they're absolutely brilliant. But as you know, my main aim is to arc everything, so I just arc it.
Give anything to Tom, he will fuck it up, and if he doesn't, he's distraught.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I will say, it's priced to be a beta, and it doesn't really look like it's a beta, and that's been a bit of a struggle for me. Like I feel like I want to take it out every day and I want to use it every day, but I feel like I'll cry if I get a scratch on it. So, you know, even to the point where I normally wear a ring on this finger here, and I've moved it over to the other hand because I'm left-handed. But I'm not wearing rings on the same hand I vape it with because I just don't want to risk scratching it.
You don't mind your clones, though, no?
Don't even touch them anymore. So last 2 weeks I haven't picked one up.
There we go. Advocacy works.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I had a clone Kennedy 25. I actually gave it to a mate of mine recently, but I had a clone Kennedy 25. It was pretty close to a real Kennedy 25. The build quality wasn't as good. You know, it probably wouldn't have lasted as long as this Kennedy 25 is going to last me. But since picking this up, I haven't really felt any desire to grab the clones back out. I like having something in my hand that's well made and feels solid and, you know, like it's got a bit of substance to it. And that is something you don't get from clones. You know, you do get wobbly threads or stiff threads or thin metal or bad polishing or things that make them just feel a bit cheaper. What about you? You've only had yours a day, haven't you?
I got mine today, yeah, kickbacks for days. I have to get that in there because I know Tom was going to try and mention it. But I've definitely got it in there. Beautiful. What can I say? Absolutely beautiful. Myself and Mike polished the Kennedy. It is a clone Kennedy 25. We polished it to match the actual mod, and I fucking love it. I absolutely love it. I have had some genuine mechs before. I had the Limitless and the AV, but I do prefer this over either of them, mainly because it was free. But
I've had an Alley Limitless. I've had an Alley Continuous Current Manhattan. I've had a Brass Continuous Current Manhattan. I've had a few, and yeah, same. This is my favourite by far that I've owned so far.
Every time I touch it, I have to polish it though.
Yeah.
What about the mod?
And the mod as well, yeah. Actually, yeah, multi-purpose rag that comes in the box as well.
It's wank rag, yeah.
Yeah, mine's stiff now. Look.
Cardboard.
But no, it is absolutely beautiful. Well, originally I got a 24mm Kennedy for it, and Mark was like, "Why have you done that? Why don't you get a 25?" And I was like, all right. So I got a 25. But no, I fucking love it. I absolutely love it. That is it. That's all I've got to say about it. It feels good in the hand. Pictures don't do it justice either.
No.
Unless you look at my profile picture, and I think I've done it quite a lot of justice. Not my profile picture, the picture on my profile.
I know in the past, obviously League of Scoundrels mods have been cloned quite heavily, so I know initially the images the retailers and the distributors were given, whether they meant to do it or not, they lack detail.
Yeah. There's also a lot of images going around of engraved buttons as opposed to laser etched buttons, and double engraved text along the top instead of single laser etched and all that sort of thing.
Can we add in some devil's advocate from Douglas Means?
Yeah.
I can't help but think it's still just a tube.
Yeah,
that's definitely his opinion.
And if you're not a mech lover, that's how you're going to feel.
No, to be absolutely, completely fair with you, when I first started vaping, I know Douglas has been vaping a long time, and Douglas is sort of on the higher end side of things now. Like, you know, sort of all these fancy DNA 40s or whatever. But, however, he loves mechs. There you go. He loves mechs. But I love having something that feels, you know, as good as my penis in my hand.
Do you hold your scoundrel like that?
But then you could argue the point with Rogue LEs. You know, what are they, about 400 retail?
Yeah.
But it's just about having that piece. The hype surrounded around it sells the product. I mean, you know, if you look at Geppettos, how much are Geppettos?
An awful lot of money.
And they look like a fucking bag of shit.
They look like a toilet, don't they? A bit like a urinal.
From my point of view, in my opinion only, they do look awful. So
I mean, there's a lot of stab wood going around that looks absolutely nasty. You know, a lot of sort of ergonomically crafted stuff that looks like an alien turd.
That's why the stab wood market is on its fucking ass, because China is deciding that they want to take it over.
Yeah.
You see, I never really liked the stab wood stuff until I picked up the Osmodus. And
Which is Chinese.
yeah, it is Chinese, don't get me wrong. But okay, granted, I wouldn't pay £400, £500, £600, £700 that you see them up for sale on the Mod Trader for. However, £200-300, I'm not a...
There's mods I'd drop that kind of money on.
Yeah.
You know, like the M17s, for example, the hybrid M17s, I think they're absolutely stunning. But
lots of stab wood mods that somewhat resemble cocks.
There are,
Douglas.
and there's,
Yes,
there's lots of cocks that carry stab wood mods, so it all comes full circle, doesn't it? And,
Beautiful piece of poetry there, Stuart.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. That will be in my first collection, which I'll release sometime next year.
Along with the advocacy poetry that you said.
Advocacy poetry.
Speak about death. I was going to die, wheezing myself to sleep, and the thunder came down, and the rain was heavy.
There we go. This is nice.
Yeah.
We've done this before.
Yeah, Douglas raised his hand.
But you know, but the market for products exists in people that want to own them, not people that look at it and aren't moved by it. You know, I saw the Connoisseur first time I saw it was when Mark guested on the show for his audition. I saw it. I had in my head that the next authentic I was going to buy was a clean Rogue. And I saw that and I was like, fuck the Rogue, that's gorgeous. That's what I want to own.
Oh, look at Tom's face. Oh, angry. Angry face. Angry face.
Not at all. Doesn't mean the Rogue isn't a gorgeous mod. Doesn't mean I don't still want to own one. I just thought it was nicer to the point where I decided to park my money there instead.
I am still going to get a Rogue.
Yeah, I still want one. Still on my list.
Yeah, I want a Rogue as well, and I'm not a Mac mod person at all, really, but I want one.
You're going to start giving some out, Tom?
Kickbacks.
Go on, Tom. Where's the Rogue?
If I could place an order for a Liberty Skull, Ellie, please.
I quite like the Wolf.
Mate,
Yeah, you like the Wolf?
I'll just take a clean. Don't worry about these posers. Just sort me out of a clean. I'll be all right. I'm a cheap
Got an
date.
expensive Christmas list, don't
Get off your hippie drugs. The skulls are healthy. Oh, nice. Okay. We've got a troll in chat, by the way, guys. Get off your hippie drugs. This can't be healthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very, very hippie. There's a lot
Don't kick him.
Oh, no. No, they shouldn't be kicked. They should be educated.
Yeah, let them stick around. Have a seat. Come on in. The water's
We
lovely.
interview the troll. What hippie drugs are you referring to?
The ones that make psychedelic feedback from someone else's computer. UK TV Rogue. VT UK Rogue. Oh, God.
VT UK Road.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. It's those.
I don't think I'd be able to salvage that.
You don't reckon you could push that one, Tom?
Nah.
Okay, educate me, please. I want to learn. Well, with a sweeping statement about the hippie drugs, it appears you don't. But, however, there's plenty of Facebook groups. If you go on Vape Talk UK Facebook group, then you can come in and we will have a chat to you. Done.
Yeah.
Sorted.
There we go. Nice and easy.
Right, update on Andy Cross. I believe Callum has posted the link on the Vape Talk Facebook page.
I have posted the link and a full prize list as well.
Oh, you've done that as well. Okay, so we have multiple links, well organised.
But we're still only on £75, and that's badges. And that's badger.
Give it time. Like, it's only the 25th. I mean, most people get paid over the next couple of days. You know what I mean?
Yep.
True.
We're not all as rich as you. You know, flood our bathroom and get a donation page up.
You wait till this December the 5th. We'll be going again.
Give it till Friday, Damon. You'll start to see plenty coming in, I reckon.
Yeah.
Friday.
So plenty of water.
Yeah, coming in from the piles.
It's that time of year. It's still too soon.
There you go. Douglas, 3 days till payday. Yay! See, there you go.
Get yourself a connoisseur.
There you go, Douglas. Yeah.
And if not a connoisseur, it's got to be a rogue.
Without a doubt.
The second nicest mod on the market at the moment.
Seriously though, what right now comes under the Rogue and the Connoisseur in no particular order?
Probably
Oh, we
something,
have.
isn't it?
So we have had another one. Sean White, wishing you well, Andy. £20.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sean.
There you go.
Damon,
Thank you.
Damon, can you also add Phil Hudson has offered us 300 of Home Nation, 3 bottles of 100ml Home Nation.
Okay. 300 mils.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Thank you, Phil.
In answer to your question, Damon, I think if you went by popularity, next underneath the Connoisseur and the Rogue is probably the Able still. The Able still seems to be the thing that everyone chases.
I am loving the Death Wish at the moment, I've got to say.
Are they nice? Because I'm not sold on the look of them.
I really like them.
I think the engraving looks a bit cheap for my taste.
Really, I like a nice, thick, deep engraving. It's a lot like the Rogue, isn't it? 'Cause the Rogue is nice.
That was the best fucking pun of the night. I like it big, deep, and thick.
I like a big, thick, deep engraving.
Nothing wrong with a big bit of deep, thick. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I got an engraving tool just down underneath me. Do you want me to get it out?
Only if I could borrow it afterwards.
I'm not even joking. I've got an engraving tool right down underneath me.
Yeah. We get it. It's your penis. We get it.
No. Not my penis.
No, it definitely is your penis.
I'm not getting it out. Not again.
I did.
No, because it takes ages to put away. There's loads of stuff to coil back round, and you got to shove it in the box. And
Get off your hippie drugs, mate. Okay, get blocked, mate. There you go.
Wow.
that's a carry on.
There you
That's
go.
too short. Why hang out in the chat on a vape show, repeating yourself and not interacting?
Oh,
Good idea.
Mike's just put. I guess this is over the Death Wish. No, Gash, cheapest looking feeling mech ever.
Wow.
The Death Wish.
Don't forget, this is only one man's opinions in our chat.
No, I mean,
I like it. I like it. I don't mind it.
I actually like the look of it. I like the look of it.
I will say, I think when they're mirror polished, they look quite nice. I think they look a lot nicer.
I'll give you my opinion on the Death Wish. I like the person behind it.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Now, all those hard edges on the engraving, when you mirror polish it, they smooth off a bit and it starts to look a bit classier. And I quite like it then. But it's also
Back pedal of the decade here from Stuart.
shut up, you slam.
Did any of you manage to get your hands on the Raven? Have a play with the Raven at Expo?
Is that the black one?
Yeah.
Clever deduction, Rick.
No. Well, why not? You can get fucking albino ravens. Somewhere, I'm sure there's an albino raven.
Science continues to hold water. Well done.
I mean, the raven could have been a completely different mod, but it wasn't. It's just a painted fucking hangman.
The one thing at Expo that I didn't see that I'm dying to get my hands on is the M-Turcati. I really want to look at that. Has anyone had a look at it?
No.
Yeah.
What's it like, Thomas?
It's another hype.
Nice as the first one.
It's another hype tatty, but a lot of people are liking it. So
What's
down
the
personal
deck like?
opinion again, isn't it?
Got a nice deck.
It's a 2-poster, but it has sort of clamps on it.
It has what on it?
It has clamps. So it's a 2-poster with clamps.
Yeah. What is it like? Vertical clamps or like horizontal clamps?
Horizontal.
Anyway,
I know we were talking before the show, weren't we, about the Hadley?
Yeah. Now that
That's another one.
is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
do we have a picture of that? Do we have a picture?
of the Hadley? I'm sure Mark can find one.
I'm sure if you Google Hadley RDA, it'll come up.
Oh, that's what I'm googling, and I get dressage places.
The Hadley is its shortened name. I believe the full name is Hadley. Any money left after buying one?
Not even that expensive.
I can't even find a picture.
There's
I
Money
can't
Bags,
find
10 LE Rogues, yeah. Carry on, Tom.
I've got plenty of clone temples and Buddhas, but
What is the Hadley? What's the engraving on it?
No, the Hadley's an RDA.
Yeah, what's the engraving on it? They normally have
It's
some sort of
basically-
engraving on it.
It says Hadley on it.
Yeah, it's got weird cursive font around it saying
It's
Hadley.
made by Cyclone.
Right. Absolutely fuck yourself in the arses. I've just been sent this. It is a fucking albino raven.
Well done.
I am up your bum holes, really, because
I think that albino or non-pigment variations in animals can come in any animals, can't they?
well, but we're done. We've done it now. Oh, here we go.
there we go. The Hadley by Cyclone Mods.
Yeah.
I actually have a picture of it built, sent by Chris J Bullshit as well. There you go.
With the lid on, it does look a little bit like a recoil.
It doesn't. It's tiny.
Yeah, like a slammed recoil. The top cap shape, that sort of smooth dome, and the little tiny black 510 drip tip.
No, it looks nothing like a recoil. Nothing. The flavour at it, it's fucking made from single coil.
Yeah.
Smash a fucking Clapton in there. It is the best flavour I've ever used.
When was the last time you used a single coil, Thomas?
I used the Hadley Expo.
I had
Ed from Parlour Vapor has them in stock, and he let me try his, and it was fucking immense, absolutely immense. It's basically the Derringer on fucking crack. The Derringer got too hot. This fucking works perfection. It is fucking beautiful.
I know
Definitely
that
picking one.
Dave from Zap Raps has just picked one up. I know he's just got one because he asked me. What's he laughing at?
In chat, shit flavour, absolutely garbage.
Who said that?
Did you think, Douglas?
Oh my!
I just love it. I absolutely love it.
Actually, someone's just asked in Graham Clarkson's just asked in chat what's happening with Collective. Can I just pick up on that? Because Tom was asking last week. In fact, Tom was demanding that the date got changed, weren't you, Tom? You big brother.
Yes, I was demanding. Yes, because I want to attend.
So at Tom's whim, we have postponed Vape Collective. We're not going to Parklands now. We're releasing a new day and a new venue.
Hurrah!
I am going to see the venue on November the 1st. That's the quickest I can get in there. But it is a much, much better venue. And we're more or less penciled in. So, yeah, we'll be releasing information, hopefully, on November the 1st. New dates, new venues. Massive, massive apologies to anyone who's booked any holidays. I know that a couple of people have who have PM'd me or mentioned in the thread. There's nothing we can do because with Vapor Expo where it is, they're the bigger boys. We're eating humble pie and moving because we don't want to lose vendors like TYV and all the other star vendors that we had last May. So, yeah, we are moving.
Is it further south?
It is slightly further south.
What, like 10 miles down the road?
It's not far away. It's like half an hour's drive away from Doncaster Parklands, maybe 45 minutes tops further south.
You could have done it down in Bournemouth. We got loads of space down there.
Yeah, but it's too
because
far
no one
south.
fucking wants to live there. That's why.
Everybody wants to fucking live there, mate.
They fucking thrived on being a uni town for far too long. Anyway,
all the educated want to be down there.
New dates, new venue coming soon, and it's all positive. So yeah, we are back.
Massive thanks to Tim Brown. Had another £20 donation.
Oh, Tim Brown. Love Tim Brown. He's my favourite.
I thought Tom was your favourite.
No, Tim must be my favourite. We have loads of conversations in PM that none of you will ever see. So, yeah. Anyway, reach around.
Nice.
I am actually for one glad the venue's changing because there was I mean it was well organised, it was good, but there were still some problems with the venue and the venue staff.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about that. And this thing has a bit of a silver lining thing about it because the venue that we're looking at is really, really slick. It's modern, it's big, it's well in 2016 rather than 1975.
And the
Andy Gregory, just tell us where. Sorry, Mark.
I really can't do. Not until the dotted line signed. That would be a foolish endeavour. But the dates we're looking at are the 9th, 10th, and 11th of June. That much I can say. So that gives plenty of breathing space between us and Expo and other events too.
So you've got basically Jam in April, May is Expo, June is Collective. So that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, April, May, June, and then Fest in August. So yeah.
We're going to be fucking ruined, aren't we?
Yeah.
For the rest of the year.
There is 3 months of ruination right there, isn't there, Mark? Definitely, yeah.
Christ, Expo killed me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good vaping calendar, vaping events calendar now, you know, and I hope that we can kind of stick to those dates, everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody get to enjoy a bit of social time with Mark on the last day of Expo?
No, I don't think I did.
Mark from Vape-esque was Mark from Vape-esque. We're all at day 3. He just sounded like this whenever you spoke to him. I've lost my voice.
It actually sounds like you're trying to squeeze out a poo. Speaking of poo,
it was going up to buy from him.
I'm not going to tell the poo story. It is funny. If you want to hear it,
just have camping. Yes, there will be camping at this venue. Yes, there will be camping.
Rick, can we please end the show on the poo story, please?
Okay, but I'm not going to mention any names.
Come on.
Hariste.
I am definitely not mentioning the poo story now.
Oh, well, I'll tell the poo story instead.
Go on, Tom.
You don't know the whole ins and outs.
I get the basic.
No. Do not.
Did somebody get poo on them? Did a wrestler get poo on?
No, he didn't.
Mike's pretty adamant that he doesn't tell the story.
Just to let you know, we'll let you know after the show. Poo gate.
Arista doesn't poo. The biggest arsehole he's got in his life is Rick.
You've been working on that all day. Nice delivery.
Rick, is Hariste watching?
Probably not. No, he can't. He's busy.
Busy?
Poo gate.
But no, we're not. Anyway, I think, are we done? We are done.
We're pretty close to done.
Still 8 minutes left, man.
Well, you know, we've come to the decision, if we run out of things to talk about, rather than just keep going, that we'll just end it when we get to the point where we end it.
Let's just have an update on Andy Cross. Let's just refresh this. Come on, guys, give generously. Payday coming up soon. Loads and loads of good prizes to win. £145 we're on there, which isn't bad considering. Callum Beattie, 20 quid. Thank you very much, Callum.
Oh, Chris JB, tenner.
Nice one, Chris JB.
There you go.
And I will add your prizes to it was the full line of PJ Bros, wasn't it?
Full line of PJ Bros, yeah.
In 30 mil.
I'm sure we said 100 mil, but we'll go with 30.
We'll go with 30 unless otherwise advised.
Okay, and vendors, if you do want to give something to this, then just drop us a PM, one of us. That would be much appreciated.
There you go. Did we want to do a hangouts after the show?
Sure, why not?
Let's do it.
That can be about for half hour.
We'll do it. Okay, guys, I'm going to post in the Vapey Talkie Facebook group the Hangouts link, and you're all free to join. Well, 5 of you, because there's already 5 in here. So don't rush in or anything.
Go.
Let's go. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Stuart, you're supposed to be sending this in, bit.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week. Stupid hand thing.
Have a good week.
Actually, no.
Night all.
That's all right. I'm going to use my rag to wipe the camera.
Stupid
What's
hand.
that, Rags? What's that, Rag, Rick?
Bit of product.
Oh,
placement.
It's a live one of those.
That's nice, that.
Anyway,
Before we go, have you got one of these, mate?
No.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Thanks, Stuart. Cheers, mate.
it's like the new PlayStation VR thing, but
The problem is, woolen hats make my head warm. I don't like warm head. Right, anyway, let's end it on that.
Here we go. Okay, bye, everyone.
All hold out your necks.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Stop out, Tom.
There you go. Funny enough, Tom sticks out like a sore thumb, and his name is Thumb. Right, let's go.